there, what's up? How you doing? Let's talk about some interesting requests parents make to teachers at school. And in case you hear any strong background noise, I pray you forgive me. It's a school setting, although it's post-work time, but they're still around and there's nothing you can do to control these children around this time. They're done with school, they're done with education, they just want to have fun. Without wasting much of your time, let's go. It's starting. Number one, could you please text me every morning my child has PE so I can remind her to bring in her PE clothes? Thank you so much. One thing I will say here as a parent is that the onus is on you as a parent to be responsible for making sure your children take their PE clothes to school, number one. Number two, a teacher has enough doing already. You shouldn't put more responsibilities on them. And one other thing is that they don't even have your time. They have a plethora of other students they have to look after when they get to school. Their job, although I wouldn't say stops at school, but still, their job shouldn't be to monitor their movement also at home when they're with you. Take care of your children when they're at home and don't push responsibilities over to teachers at work. Wake up, set an alarm, tell the teacher to give you a timetable, and get your child the PE clothes they need. Number two, stop writing on the board with your left hand. It confuses the right handed kids. Well, I am on the fence on this one. Yes, it depends on the age of the children. And as a teacher, I think you should explain to the maybe toddlers, maybe children between ages 4, 5 to 10, that you use your left hand, and that doesn't mean they have to use their left hands to write. Okay, your left-handed person, explain the concept to them, and because these children at this age, they try to copy, they try to mimic everything a teacher does. So the onus is on you as a teacher to explain that to them. Even when a teacher is wrong, or even when somebody does something wrong, you still should be able to put some instructions, put your grievances out there in a nice way. As a parent, I believe you should find a way to lay out your grievances without insulting or without sounding rude to the teachers. They're in charge of your children. You shouldn't be, that approach is not good enough, I believe. The next one, could you please prepare a hot cup of tea for my son each morning when he arrives at school? Wow, the Prince of Bel Air, the Prince of Bel Air, the superstar, the future king of Wakanda. Welcome to school. Welcome to school with your hot cup of tea. Would you like a slice of bread to accompany your tea too? I think it's not fair to ask a class teacher to be your son's personal chef. We might have some circumstances surrounding it, but I still can't think of any circumstance whereby you ask the class teacher to make a cup of tea for your child. It now depends on the school. Maybe there's some schools there where they don't have the cafeteria and you just ask the teacher to do that for you. It depends on the relationship, but no matter what, it's not the teacher's responsibility to feed your child in the morning. Find a way to get them this cup of tea, and when they get started, or maybe just talk to the administrator, maybe they find something else to do, not involving the teacher. It's not the teacher's job to feed your child. The teacher's job is to make sure your child gets educated and the likes, but nothing as crazy as feeding and giving them tea in the morning. Sounds ridiculous. Well, I think that's what I would name this title. Ridiculous things teachers, parents say. Number four, no books will come home. My child will not read at home. They read at school and they don't need to at home. I think you're getting the wrong end of the stick here, dear parent. One, what do you get your children to do at home? Do you do they sleep when they get back home? Do they go for sporting activities or the likes? So I think it also depends on the type of reading the children do at home. Is it like a homework like reading where they get to disturb the parent a lot and all what the parent wants to do is to rest? But I don't think that's what the parent is saying here. I think what this parent is trying to say is that everything education should stay at school, and everything once they come home, I just want my child to relax and not bother me about anything education, which I believe that's what a lot of parents are trying to transcend towards now. They don't want anything homework, anything that gets the child to come to them and maybe work together with them and ask them things. They don't want that. They want you to sort everything at school, come home, take a cup of tea, relax, and just sleep, or probably go for some other sporting activities and the likes. I am still an advocate for students taking homework home and not staying after school to do it. Some teachers might disagree, some people might disagree with this, but that's just my opinion. So when parents say no books at home, I think outside of schools, parents should actually encourage their children reading at home. So they shouldn't say no books at home. What kind of environment is there? When you tell your kids no books at home, I think it's weird and I think it should be discouraged. Last but not least, my son lost part of his finger in an accident at home. Okay. I have it in a Ziploc in the freezer. Okay. And wanted to see if he could bring it to school for show and tell. What in the name of horror film is this? So he lost part of his finger. What part? Like not full? Let me assume it's my pinky finger, not my pinky finger. Someone else's pinky finger. The parent's son's pinky finger. So the lost part of your pinky finger, and you want them to take it to school for a show and tell. What if one of the kids swallowed it? Have you imagined something like that? Because this is something, anything when it comes to children. One thing I have noticed is that anything is possible with these kids. They could dip it in someone else's nose, mouth, and someone else might just throw it somewhere. That's one. I think it's highly responsible. I try to be careful with my words, and this is me being totally polite with my words. I think it's highly irresponsible of the parent to ask the kid to take the part of their finger to school for show and tell. For what lesson are the children going to learn here? Just humor me for once, for God's sake. What lesson is the child going to tell them? Like, okay, I was at home, uh I wasn't supposed to touch the knife, but my mom gave me the knife to slice some onions, and in the process I chopped off my finger. I bled a lot, passed out. We went to the hospital. They couldn't fix it. They stopped they stopped the blood, and here I am with a souvenir. My little finger. Who wants to cut off their hands too? It's not painful. I think it's rubbish. I think it's rubbish. And this is just me playing around and reacting to some of the things that parents say. Trust me, we are going to have more of these. Expect more of this from me. And see you later in future. And I'll be back. Like and subscribe. I'll be back in future. Goodbye.